Hello, welcome to Pre-Algebra Online. My name is Shelby Jansen. I will be your instructor this semester. This video is going to go over the syllabus, and I'm just going to hit some of the high points for you, kind of summarize all the important components of it. The first thing you'll notice in the syllabus is how to get a hold of me, my office hours, and my phone number. Please leave me a voicemail if I do not answer the phone, and my email. You can reach me at sjansen@watc.edu. You can also reach me through Angel. My office hours I have over here on the side. My office is at Southside, but I will be at NCAT on Thursdays, so you can track me down there. And of course, I'm always available online, so please feel free to email me if you need to. In this course, we're going to be adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing all kinds of numbers, in addition to solving simple algebraic equations, and throwing in a little bit of geometry and percents as well. The textbook and instructional materials required. Since this is an online class, you are required to purchase my math lab, and here's the ISBN. You can find that at either one of the bookstores. You can also purchase it online. Once you go to register for your course, you will need this course ID right here, Jansen 19564. You will also need to have a scientific calculator. Here's a recommended Texas Instruments model if you don't have one and you're looking for one, but really any scientific calculator will do. You have optional textbook if you would prefer to have a hard copy of the textbook. That is totally optional. An ebook comes with the My Math Lab, so everything in the actual textbook you will have access to on the ebook. And then there's an optional solution manual, and this goes with the textbook. Tutoring and remediation. Tutoring is offered at both campuses. The times vary, so please check the MyWATC website for current hours. The college policies and procedures, I'll let you read through those on Angel. Those are posted in the Read Me First folder. Grading, we go by a standard 10-point scale, and all math classes at WATC are weighted. 10% homework, 15% quizzes, exams 55%, and final exam is 20%. Now let's look at what you're going to be required to do. Let's start with homework. Even though it's only 10% of your grade, it's probably one of the most important pieces because this is where you're doing all of your learning and all of your practicing, getting ready for those exams. Each week you are required to log into Angel. Once you log in, you need to go to the Lessons tab, Course Content. You're going to see a series of folders arranged by weeks. Click on the proper week, and then inside that folder you will see a checklist that has reminders, due dates, tasks that you need to complete. Anything that has to be done or is due that week will be in the folder. In addition to that, there will be resources and lessons and videos and online lectures and all kinds of information for you to look at to help you with your assignments. And I would recommend that you would click into those and preview those prior to working on your assignments. Since this is an 8-week, 3-credit-hour course, you need to plan for at least 6 hours a week to be working on your math. Some units, depending on the content, may not need 6 hours, but some weeks you may need 6 hours or maybe even a little bit more. I would not recommend spending 6 hours in one day, maybe just a little bit of time every other day if you're able to, if your work schedule or life schedule allows for that. I also encourage you to keep a portfolio. Even though this is an online class, it's really important to keep a record of your work, just because that will help you when you go to prepare for your exams or study. And if you've got a specific question on something, you need to be able to go back and find that work so that you can look at it and use it to study or ask me a question about. So not all problems require work, but once you get into some multiplication or long division or solving equations, I recommend, just like you would in a regular class, title it 2.6 if that's what you're working on, and then go ahead and number your problems because you can always go back and look at that information, and it definitely will help you study. Quizzes. Quizzes will be on My Math Lab and Angel. My Math Lab, your quizzes are usually 5 to 7 questions, and once you finish your quiz, you will know right away what your score is, and if you're not happy with your quiz, you can redo it. You'll have to redo the whole quiz. You can't just redo part of it, but you can redo the whole thing and get a better score. So allow yourself enough time to be able to rework a quiz if necessary. In other words, don't procrastinate and wait till the due date at the last minute. Homework problems, you can rework right away, and you don't have to rework an entire homework assignment. If you miss a problem, you can do it again. If you miss it again, you can do it again. So you should be able to get 100% on your homework because you can keep reworking. Exams, however, you can only click into once. There will be 4 online My Math Lab exams, and you can only click into them once. So make sure when you're ready to take your exam that you have cleared a little bit of time, no interruptions, so that you can put all of your time and effort into the exam and not be interrupted. Make sure when you sit down to take your exam that you are prepared to write down all of your work. Again, not all problems require work, but you are required to submit your work to me, your written work. So make sure you put your name at the top of your paper and then number your work. That way, when you send it to me, I can look at it and I can see which problems correspond to the My Math Lab problems. All of your work needs to be submitted, and this is only for the exams, not quizzes or homework. You can scan it and email it. I've had students in the past take a picture with their smartphone or their camera and email me that. That works just fine. You can snail mail it to the Southside campus. The address is right over here. But it is imperative that you send me that. If you score an 18 out of 20 on your exam on My Math Lab, I won't put 18 out of 20 in the gradebook until I receive your written work. In fact, I will put a 0 in. So make sure that you send me that work as soon as you're able to. As soon as you finish that exam, send me your work so that I can look it over. A couple reasons why I do that. The main reason is your final exam. You have to come to campus and take it. It's a paper, pencil final, so you need to get in the habit of writing down and showing all of your work. The second reason is even though you get 18 out of 20 on the exam on My Math Lab, if I look at the problems that you missed and I see that it was a simple computation mistake, then I will go back and give you additional points. So even though you originally got 18 out of 20, if I can see your work, I'll be able to go in and I might be able to give you 19 out of 20 depending on what your errors were. So make sure you send me that written work, and again, I don't really put a due date on that, just as soon as you can get it to me, the better. Otherwise, your grade will show a 0 until I do receive your work. With all exams, and this includes the final exam, there will be a review or a practice exam available in 2 different places actually. My Math Lab will have a practice review, and you can work through that as many times as you want, and it's not calculated into your grade. It's totally optional. You don't have to do it, but it's set up just like a test and you can take it over and over. I also post a review on Angel in the weekly folders, and you can print that off, and then I will also have with that what I call a pincast, which is just a PDF that you can click into and see all of the worked out solutions. Then you can also listen to me explain all of those problems. So several different resources for getting ready and preparing for an exam. You'll have some resources on My Math Lab, and you will also have the resources within Angel. The final exam, I've already kind of touched on that. 20% of your grade, you have to come to campus to take that. The college policy is all students are required to take the final exam on campus and must score 50% or better in order to pass the courses. You could come in with an 87% going into the final, but if you score a 32 on the final, you will not pass the course. This does not happen very often. This is a policy of the math department here at WATC. It has happened a couple times, but I just want you to be aware of that policy going into this course. Extra credit, just look in your Angel weekly folders. I will have it at random times throughout the semester. Late work, homework you can turn in late, quizzes and exams definitely not, but homework you can submit it late for a 10% penalty, and it will be available for a week after the original due date. So just check on your My Math Lab. As long as the assignment is a blue hyperlink, you can still work on it. If it's not a hyperlink, it won't let you click into it and you won't be able to work on it anymore. Last day to withdraw is December 3rd. Hopefully you don't withdraw. I'd like to see you finish the course. Attendance, I take attendance based on Saturday morning through Friday night. I do that because all due dates are Friday nights at midnight, and you'll notice that on My Math Lab the due dates will be Fridays, and I will also be posting that in Angel. So your online attendance, as long as you're clicking into Angel and you're working on assignments, then you are attending the course. I will let you read through the remainder of the syllabus. There's not much left. I also encourage you to go back and read through the rest of the Read Me First documents. There is a schedule there that you can look at. I would encourage you to either print it off or just have it on your desktop on your computer so you can refer to it. And don't forget to check the weekly folders on Angel. I look forward to this semester, and if you've got any questions, feel free to email me or call me or stop by my office. I would love to meet you in person. Have a great semester.